What is going on, world, especially my ab tribe or my power clique? I hope all is well with you and yours. Now, you guys know that anytime I upload content on this particular playlist, it centers around drug addiction, the functioning addicts, things of that particular nature, addictive personality, so to speak. And I'm no different. And I'm brave enough to tell my particular story as I'm going through it, in the event that the words that are coming out of my mouth will help other people whom are living the same, if not similar, lifestyle, close, compared to mine. Anyway, I wanted to go ahead and get this off my chest in regard to what happened January 18th, 2024, when I was pulled over and arrested for DUI. It wasn't for alcohol. It was for methamphetamine, unfortunately. To wrap it up in a nutshell, from what I do remember of that particular night/morning, I just know that prior to that arrest and pullover by the police, I was getting high, and I had been getting high pretty much all that week and going to work, functioning, not getting any rest, and doing my thing. Eventually it caught up to me in regard to the rest, and it happened to catch up to me that particular night/morning. I remember that I was so fucking tired and, of course, high. And I had went to one park looking for Scallywags and whatever the case may be. If you don't know what a scallywag is, I'm not about to explain it. I have plenty of content uploaded that explains what Scallywags are. Anyway, I was looking for Scallywags. Basically, when I am under the influence of methamphetamine, I become very sexual deviant. And I was not going to stop until I found prey. And I should have just went home a long time ago. But when Satan has somewhat control of your mind, he makes proper decisions for yourself very difficult to make. 12:44 angelic time. He makes those decisions very difficult to make for yourself, because you are just that you're under his spell in regard to he and his drug. Anyway, I remember leaving the park because I was somewhat successful in regard to scoring Scallywags, but nothing occurred in regard to sexual activity. So I decided that I was going to go elsewhere to look for Scallywags. And that is the point where I should have took my ass home, considering I had just a tinge of energy to possibly make it there. But thank God everything happened the way that it happened, because had I been on the freeway or highway or whatever trying to make it home, it probably would have turned out detrimental, not only for myself but for other individuals involved, considering I was driving on the wrong side of the road, not on the highway, just on your regular road. I remember spotting a couple of Scallywags and going over pedestrians. Thank God wasn't no people walking, the curb thing, fucking up the underside of my vehicle. Not bad, thank God. But, I ripped a couple of pieces from my baby, just for impetuous decisions. Shit, I went over a couple of motherfucking curves, to be quite honest with you. And at one point, my glasses was knocked off at some point because I couldn't see shit. It was blurry as fucking hell, and I'm trying to make it some motherfucking where, mainly home. And for the life of me, I still cannot figure out how do my glasses come off. And I'm squinting, I'm trying to make where I'm at. It was just, yeah. So at that point, that's when the police was behind me, and I was swerving and they turned on their lights and pulled me over. The shit was on me in regard to the methamphetamine and the pipe. I put that underneath the seat, trying to hide the shit. But of course, we're talking about police, so there's really not too much of hiding anything from them motherfuckers, especially if they got the damn dogs involved. Anyway, before the arrest, I'm trying to think of other things that occurred. Aside from just being extremely tired, and anyone knows that if you go a day or so without rest, you are somewhat delusional. Your body does not function properly like it is supposed to. There's a lot of things that occur, especially within the psyche. But I still try to push it in regard to my body, and my body was telling me that it was tired. Even when I was at work, I was walking, trying to, clean and whatever the case may be. And my legs were giving out on me because I was just that motherfucking tired. But because of the methamphetamine use, it just kept me going. And not to mention, I'm ADHD and bipolar on top of that. So, the mania from that, along with the methamphetamine, that's a lot of rush and energy going on. Anyway, what else happened? Honestly, in a nutshell, that's pretty much what happened. If I would have went home a long time ago and not been worried about scallywags and things of that particular nature and sexual activity and stuff like that, a lot of this probably wouldn't have occurred. But thank God it did occur, because someone seen me swerving really bad and driving on the wrong side of the road. Cars were blinking at me to warn me that I was on the wrong side of the road. But here in my head, I'm thinking that I'm doing everything correctly. And I'm wondering why the fuck they blinking at me. What the fuck y'all blinking at me for? I'm driving, I'm on the right side of the road. No, I was not. So whomever decided to call the police, I thank them for that, because they pulled me over and they did what was necessary in order to get me off of the road. Anyway, I have to meet court again next. I'm not supposed to be driving either. I'm under suspension for about a month, and I have to appeal that. So that's what I need to do once I get home. Appeal that via email and get that on the ball so that I can be driving legally. Because I'm not supposed to be behind the wheel, but there is no but. I have to get back and forth to work. I have to make income. Either way it goes, it's all going to get taken care of in regard to, me sending out the email to appeal this whole situation. Court, all of this shit will be behind me. This is all temporary right now. I need to call the, what is it called? Public defender. I need to get in contact with them so that I can get that on the ball and see what the fuck they talking about, money wise and some of every motherfucking thing else. But you know what? This is what I get for the impetuosity. For my impetuosity, this is what I get. These are all of the, what's the word? Repercussions that are coming upon me because I made such rational decisions, being manic due to my bipolar and ADHD, and increasing that mania with, drugs. Now, I foreshadowed the fact that I shared my YouTube platform with one of my coworkers. Am I afraid that this coworker along the way could bust me out and my platform and get me exposed? I can't worry about that. I put my platform out there for a particular reason for the world to see. Regardless if it's scrutinized, if I'm scrutinized or, you know, fired or whatever the case may be, I will be all right. You guys seem to fail. I mean, you guys fail to realize that I'm universally connected. God is not going to leave me without employment or abundance. I will always have that. I honestly think that things would be, I mean, like I said, I can't worry about that. I just can't. What I can worry about is continuing to tell my story so that my story helps other individuals whom are walking the same or similar paths compared to mine. That's what I can do. If people at work come across me and my story via YouTube and, you know, find out what's going on, I can't worry about that either. I've been under judgment considering I'm black, male, I'm gay, tall as fuck, whatever. I mean, I've been talked about pretty much to my earliest recollect. So this is not going to change any of that in regard to me being talked about and whatever else the case may be. So, I mean, that comes with the territory. I'm strong enough to handle what I need to handle. And if I decide to give power away to what people have to say in regard to myself and my situation, then that's all on me. But I'm not about to lose any sleep in regard to what I am currently going through in my life. I remember I would get extremely depressed in regard to relapsing and things of that particular nature, and I would just be in a real huge funk. I'm not doing that shit anymore. The more that I fight Satan, the easier that I find it to continue to move on past my addiction. I mean, you're not going to get anywhere just by sitting around just being a lump on the motherfucking log and just being abused and whatever else the case may be. Eventually, the dog that's backed up into the corner is going to snap and fight back. And that's how I became with myself, methamphetamine, and Satan. I'm going to fight your ass back. I may lose a few battles, but I'm guaranteed to win some just as well. But you're not going to punk me. You're not going to do any of that, considering, you know, I'm under the influence of your motherfucking drug. And you're not going to have me all depressed and whatever else the case may be like I used to be. And this is what I'm trying to tell you guys. It's just like there are successes through your trials and tribulations. I was blessed with this job. You know, I mean, I could, you know, fuck it up, you know, considering my behavior or whatever the case may be, and my choices and or decisions. But thank God I'm still blessed with the job. Thank God I'm still blessed with the home, my vehicle, food, assistance, life. I'm still blessed enough to make better and proper decisions for myself. Anyway, you guys, I'm going to end this content, but I just, in a nutshell, wanted to tell you guys what happened on the 18th. You know, that's pretty much it. You know, I mean, I was just under the influence. I was extremely motherfucking tired. I should have taken my ass home and gotten some rest, but, you know, that just did not happen, especially being under the influence of methamphetamine. I went to one park. I wasn't satisfied in regard to the pickings, and I decided that I was going to take a ride and go elsewhere, knowing that I was tired and knowing that my body was telling me, you know, it just can't go on anymore. But I kept pushing my body and I kept pushing the limits, and unfortunately, me getting pulled over is what I get. So that pretty much sums that up, you guys. Anyway, I am going to talk to you guys about work and addiction. I seriously thought, amongst other bullshit that's going on at work, the talking about folks behind their back and whatever else the case may be, the environment alone is definitely not a place where a person whom is going through their own particular addiction needs to be. But this particular place at the moment is paying my damn bills and keeping me afloat. So until otherwise is where I'm going to motherfucking be. But we will talk very candid in regard to where I work at, the addiction aspect of it all. I mean, I've literally seen people poop and piss themselves due to their addiction regarding my job. It's that deep where people are pissing and pooping themselves. There's a lot of, unfortunate drug activity that goes on. A lot of fentanyl, in the bathrooms and shit like that. Methamphetamine use. I mean, it goes down at my job, unfortunately. And I've smelled things and I've seen things. And it's definitely not a place or an environment where I need to be at this particular point. But I have to be strong enough to say no. I have to be strong enough to fight my own temptations, and I just have to be strong enough in general. And so do you guys. Don't give up in regard to your sobriety. It will happen eventually. The whole thing is continuing that fight. Do not give up. Don't let Satan win the battle. That's what he wants to do. He wants to win the battle. He wants the battle. He wants your soul. That's what the fuck he wants. And if he has that, the battle is lost. He's been at mine for a while, and you gonna have to fight me for mine. And that's what the fuck we've been doing. Fighting. And we will continue to fight, because I'm not giving in to him that easily. It's just not going to happen. Hopefully I won't give in to him at all. Anyway, you guys, sorry for the long content, but I just wanted to get this off my chest and keep it moving in regard to my life. That's all I can do. All right, you guys, I'm going to go. Sorry, you guys, I got distracted. I'm going to go and head home so that I can get some form of rest before work tonight and hang these clothes up and whatever else the case may be. All right, you guys, namaste. And remember, you are not your drug addiction. You are only your drug addiction if you allow those words to validate who you are. I'm not my drug addiction. I was going to say my real name, but I am D-Venom. That's just that's case in point. That's who the fuck I am before I'm any motherfucking thing else. So don't let anybody label you, because labels are meant for jars, not people. I forgot who said that. But anyway, namaste, you guys. Bye-bye.